a popular saying that goes this way. Being early is being on time. Being on time is being late. So though we said we're starting at 10, our First Lady is here well before 10. Very impressive. So I guess I'll go on and start the program because we're not wasting any time. May I call on Mr. Edujan to give us the opening prayer?
Thank you. Let's bow our heads for the opening prayer. Lord and our God, we thank you for your presence here this morning. We give you glory. We bless your name and we glorify you. Our God, we commit this activity, program into your hands. We pray that you take full control. You give us the wisdom, the strength to do what we are supposed to do, so that at the end we give you glory and honor. Amen.
Thank you very much. With that prayer, we know everything is going to go on smoothly. Hello again, my name is Ohinere Giftianti, and because I believe in girls and women, and I know that girls who code, they really rock, and they've got swag, I'm your MC for this program this morning, and hopefully we're going to have a very wonderful program. I also call on Mr. Dujan once again to give us a welcome address. He is the Director General of AITIKACE. He's going to give us the welcome address. Guess he's left something, so he's stepped out briefly. But you can give the welcome address. Okay. Well, on behalf of UNESCO IFAP, in collaboration with AITIKACE, Dream Oval, and Soronko Solutions, I officially welcome you to the launch of Girls Can Code, Empowering Girls and Women through ICT project. And Mr. Edu is here, so Madam, please. Please put your hands together for Mr. Edu.
Thank you. Good morning. Her Excellency, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, First Lady of the Republic of Ghana. The Honorable Minister of Communications will be here pretty soon, so I'll acknowledge her, even though she hasn't come yet. Representative of UNESCO, Country Representative of IFAP, President of HACSA, Soronko Solutions, Dream Oval, members of the press, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to welcome you today to the Ghana Indian Kofi Annan ICT Center of Excellence. Pupils, teachers, faculty of CASE, organizers of this launch, the Girls Can Code project. I wish to congratulate you all. First, your interest in the project, Girls Can Code. That is catching them young, bridging the gap, the gender gap in advancing our technology. Ghana Indian Kofi Annan ICT Center of Excellence puts its students at the center of everything that it does. The experience of the participants at AITIKACE and your success is important to each and every member of the staff of the Ghana Indian Kofi Annan ICT Center of Excellence. Her Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, your arrival today, your arrival at the center today marks a new chapter in the story of young girls in the country and the sub-region. The objective of the Girls Can Code project is to develop the interests of young girls in the field of ICT, increase the desire of young girls to pick up careers in ICT, equip them with the skills to develop applications to solve day in, day out issues, problems that we have. To the pupils who will attend and who will be part of this project, which is not a day project, but it's a continuous project. Let me tell you, you are the actors of this story. You have the opportunity to determine the direction, the plot, and the tempo of your story in relation to ICT at an early stage. This can seem as daunting as it is exciting, as challenging as it's empowering, but the most important thing is that you have chosen to do that which you are interested. And while you are in this program, you have the opportunity to learn new skills, acquire new technology, develop new skills, and enhance your personal attributes in profound ways that will equip you for life. Either you choose a career in computer science, engineering, or whatever field. Before I conclude, Her Excellency, I would want to thank each and everyone in this exercise and to wish you all the best, an exciting, rewarding, stimulating, and challenging time in this project, Girls Can Code. Once again, I welcome you to this exciting project. Thank you, and God bless you.
Indeed, girls can code, and I wonder if the girls said it. He said, girls, you are the actors in this story. Well, remember, this program is the initiative of UNESCO, IFAP, in collaboration with Ghana India Kofi Annan Center of Excellence in ICT, Dream Oval, and Soronko Solutions. Now I have the singular honor to introduce a very, as we say these days, awesome woman who believes in girls and believes in women. That's why she's here today. Ambassador Johanna Odonko-Swanika is the founder, president, and CEO of the Heritage and Culture Society of Africa, which is an NGO with a mission to preserve, advocate for, and promote the use of African heritage and culture for social and economic development. She's also Ghana's former ambassador to France and Portugal and permanent delegate to UNESCO and La Francophonie. During her tour of duty in Paris, she initiated Ghana's membership of the OECD Development Center, where she represented Ghana on its governing board. Ambassador Swanika was chair of the ECOWAS group at UNESCO in 2014. She has been a non-executive director of Fidelity Bank Ghana Limited and Fidelity Asia Bank from 2009 to present. She has also served as a commissioner on the National Development Planning Commission. Okay, this is a woman who is ready to code, so I won't waste her time. Please together for Ambassador Swanika.
Thank you very much, Madam Gifty Enti. I don't think it's necessary for my whole biography to be read. You can find it online at the website of the HACSA, which is the Heritage and Cultural Society of Africa, www.thehaxa.org. Your Excellency, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, ambassadors and members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished partners and sponsors, distinguished invited guests, dear schoolgirls from Target and other schools, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. What a joy it is today to see a project which was dreamed up in Paris 3 years ago come to fruition in Ghana today. This could not have happened without three important things I wish to speak about to all of you, but particularly to the young ladies that are here today: collaboration, networks, and passion. Before I do so, though, let me say how deeply we appreciate the presence of our First Lady here today and her dedication to the causes of girls and women. The first thing I wish to speak about today is collaboration. When people work together as a team, great things can happen. On my arrival at UNESCO as Ghana's permanent delegate, I sat next to a lady called Madame Akufo-Addo, who is the deputy permanent delegate to Grenada, or for Grenada. G for Ghana and G for Grenada. That's how we happen to be sitting next together. She also happens to be the chairperson for the Information for All program, or IFAP program. And today I want to acknowledge the deputy chair of the executive of the IFAP program, Ms. Dorothy Gordon, who is sitting here on the high table. Thank you, Dorothy, for being here today. So, Madame Akufo-Addo, she also happened to be the chairperson for the Information for All program, and I had studied computer science programming at school and knew how exciting and life-changing it could be for young people to learn this important skill. We discussed collaborating on a project to teach girls coding in Ghana. I started off by raising funds from French companies, and IFAP also then made a financial contribution, as well as the UNESCO Youth Mobile, which made a pledge of support. We became partners and were later joined in the development of the project by the Ghana Education Service, who are here today in the form of Madame Philomena. Dream Oval Foundation is also here today. Thank you. Soronko Foundation is also here today. My new NGO, the Heritage and Cultural Society of Africa, I have my representatives also here today. And the Kofi Annan Center for Excellence in ICT, who became the implementing partner of the project, and that's why we are here today. The project is essentially as follows. One junior high school has been chosen from each of the 10 regions of Ghana. 30 girls from each of the chosen schools will do 2 hours a week of training in coding and entrepreneurship as an after-school activity. During their summer break, the most able coders will attend a boot camp to learn more and compete with each other and develop applications with what they have learned. In its first year, the project will target girls in 5 regions of southern Ghana, and in its second year, it will target girls in 5 regions in the northern sector of Ghana. Thank you to all these partners who have contributed their own resources and worked so hard to ensure that what was just a dream has become a reality. Thank you to Her Excellency Anna Bosman, Ghana's current ambassador to France and permanent delegate to UNESCO, who sent me a goodwill message this morning in support of this program and continues to work with UNESCO and our sponsors in Paris to ensure the continuity and delivery of this project. Of utmost importance is the patronage and support of our First Lady, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, for this project. This will enable us to raise the additional funds to complete all the phases of the project. She is an advocate for women and children, both in her private and public life, and consistently lends her name to their good causes. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for agreeing to be our special guest of honor and to launch this project today. We are truly grateful. The second thing I'd like to speak about is networking. Young ladies, develop and invest in your networks throughout your lives. You never know when they will bear fruit. This often means going out of your way to help others or spending time to know them better, because what you do or invest in often comes back to you. If you do good, good comes back to you, often in very unexpected ways. My job as ambassador gave me the opportunity to network with the original sponsors of this project. These are French companies, Touton from Bordeaux, who have a cocoa processing factory in Tema and are here today, Filet à la, Technip, and Engie. Some of them have flown from France to be here with us today, and we are very grateful. We thank them all for their generous donations and for believing in the Girls Can Code project. HACSA has launched a campaign to urge more companies, especially those here in Ghana, to follow their lead, and I'm happy to say that Fidelity Bank has set the ball rolling by making a pledge. The final thing I want to talk about today is passion, and no, not the romantic type. I mean in your career. Follow your passion. Do a job that is your passion. That is when you are going to be the most happy and successful. Start searching for your passion. How do you find out what is your gift or your passion? Unfortunately, this involves some research and planning at a very young age. Talk to people, volunteer for jobs that interest you, do internships at a very young age, go to work for a day or a week with your mother or your father, your aunt or your uncle. Would young Mozart have become a musical prodigy at 3 years old if his father was not a musician or he had never seen a piano before? Do we have a future Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, or Bozoma St. John here amongst you? Do you know who Bozoma is? Young ladies from the schools, anyone know who Bozoma is? Bozoma St. John? No. She's a Ghanaian woman who first worked for Apple Music and is now the brand manager for Uber, the famous car service as we have in Ghana at the moment. She recently was honored in New York by the African American Institute and made a fantastic speech about her Ghanaian heritage. And we shall try to put that video up on our website of this project, which Dream Oval has kindly agreed to build. Many of you girls during this project will be exposed to computer coding the way my generation learned typing on a typewriter. I wonder if any of you have seen a typewriter. A new and useful skill which will open your mind to the possibilities of computer coding. But some of you will discover that this is your talent and your passion, and may be able to change the world with new innovations and new technologies. Will that be you? Young ladies, please make the best of this chance. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Well, I guess I'm learning today that coding means not wasting time. So I believe at the beginning of last year when the President of the Republic was sworn in and he said he has no time, he's not going to waste time in fixing this nation, he was coding. May I take the opportunity to invite a rep from UNESCO to give us a message of goodwill. Please put your hands together.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Melody Esiawu-Namboaten, and I'm here today representing UNESCO. Her Excellency, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Minister of Information. I understand the Minister of Information herself is not here, so Honorable Deputy Minister of Information, Madam Chairperson, Ambassador Swanike, sponsors, partners, ladies and gentlemen. UNESCO is delighted that this flagship project, which will contribute to creating knowledge societies, has finally taken off. This project, Girls Can Code, falls under one of UNESCO's intergovernmental programs known as the Information for All Program, or IFAP for short. IFAP was created in the year 2000. Through it, governments of the world have pledged to harness the new opportunities of the information age to create equitable societies through better access to information. Indeed, you will all agree with me that for the past decade, we have witnessed technological development at a scale and speed unprecedented in the history of mankind. The challenge the world faces is to ensure equitable access for all people to seize new opportunities. Information is central to development. Information is essential for survival and sustainability. Information is the pathway to understanding and to peace. The Information for All program is UNESCO's response to the challenges and opportunities of the knowledge societies. The Girls Can Code project is taking a step in that direction to make information accessible to all, and indeed to our girls, and to empower them to be creative, to bring out their technological abilities, and to contribute to the development of our country, Ghana. These young girls selected for this program have a unique opportunity to contribute to the development of Ghana and to seize the opportunities therein. On behalf of UNESCO, I would like to say a big thank you to Ambassador Swaneke for her tireless effort in initiating this project and seeing it thus far. I, for instance, had the opportunity of experiencing Ambassador Swaneke for 2 years. I worked in the science sector of UNESCO at headquarters in Paris. And for those 2 years, she kept the flag of Ghana flying high with all the initiatives she undertook, her networks, and the fact that she was one of the ambassadors that I had experienced 2 other ambassadors previously, who was really concerned about Ghanaian staff members in UNESCO. She networked with us. She wanted us to bring on board our added value to the work that she was doing as Ghana's representative to UNESCO. To Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, we say thank you very much for lending your support to this cause. Indeed, we believe that with your backing and your passion to ensure that women and girls are not marginalized, this initiative will be sustained. To all partners here and to other partners or prospective partners from the private sector, we look forward to receiving continuous support to expand and to sustain this project. On behalf of UNESCO, I would like to assure all of you gathered here of our continuous partnership in this endeavor. To the girls, being cool is not only about making up, it's not only about dressing nice, it's not only about spending so much time and posting pictures on social media. Being cool is about being intelligent. It's about being creative. It's about reaching to your highest goals and endeavors. Your intelligence will make you cool. It will take you places. And your passion will definitely make you hot. Indeed, you have to believe that girls can code, and you will be coding to higher places. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We'll soon have a demonstration by 4 young ladies. We'll start with Rosemary, followed by Clara, Yafrima, and then Esther. But before then, we'll have a rep from Ghana Education Service to give us a goodwill message. Thank you. Please put your hands together.
Good morning. Excellency Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, the Chairman, Minister, partners, and supporters, all protocol duly observed. I read this goodwill message on behalf of the Director of Girls Education Unit of the Ghana Education Service. It is with great pleasure that I bring to you these warm greetings at the launch of this project with the theme, Girls Can Code, empowering girls and women through ICT projects. The project is very timely and crucial at this technological advancement of the world, which the girl child is also included. The services which will be provided by your organization are valuable and necessary in this present-day technology. And when I think of all the young girls you are going to help, I feel and I'm proud and also deeply grateful for your vision, but also strongly compelled to support your good cause. I wish you successful launch. Ghana Education Service says ayuko to all the people behind these brilliant ideas. Thank you very much.
And of course, if we have a Deputy Minister for Communications here, we can't just let him come and sit and go. He'll have to share a few words with us. So I'll call on Mr. Vincent Sowa-Odute to give us some goodwill message, sir.
Good morning. Your Excellency, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, our chairperson, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here representing my Honorable Minister, Madam Eslausu Akufo. It's important I make this point because she's a very enthusiastic advocate of women's empowerment and the training of and the exposure of young girls to technology, and also coming from the Ministry of Communication, a very hard advocate of ICT as an enabler. It's my great pleasure to be with you today at the launch of the Girls Can Code, Empowering Girls and Women Through ICT project. The Ministry of Communications is proud to support this project, which over a 2-year period aims to train 300 girls aged between 11 and 14 from 10 junior schools through coding and entrepreneurship. As an advocate for the empowerment of women and girls and an advocate of the role of ICT as an enabler, I am excited about the potential of this project to positively impact the lives of girls across the country by exposing them to basic ICT and programming skills and demonstrating the range of opportunities and careers available in ICT. We are living in a world dominated by software, which has become the language of the world, and we must ensure that our technology workforce is well versed and fluent in this language in order to remain competitive and relevant in the global market. Our UNESCO partner says you need to be hot, you must be intelligent, you must be techie savvy. Ghana today has a vibrant digital technology ecosystem, and digital technologies are improving how we access everyday essential services, including banking, e-commerce, health, and government services. However, despite an increase in job creation in the technology industries, women remain underrepresented, and the gender diversity gap persists. Engaging girls, therefore, at an early age and introducing them to computer science education through innovative and engaging programs such as these is crucial to breaking this cycle. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, as a nation, we need to prepare tomorrow's workforce today by creating our students how to code, and girls must play a crucial role and a pivotal role in this direction. The Girls Can Code, Empowering Girls and Women Through ICT project demonstrates how, by investing in our children and removing some of the barriers to entry for girls, we can start developing a pipeline of coders, programmers, analysts, and engineers to take on technology jobs of the next century. By building this capacity, our girls can be at the forefront of solving both local community and global challenges through ICT. The government is committed to achieving an all-inclusive society and recognizes ICT as a powerful catalyst for the political, social empowerment of women and the promotion of the proverbial gender equality. The Ministry of Communication is keen to support the scaling up of ICT training for girls by making it available to a wider section of the population, and we look forward to working together to achieve this. I must appreciate the sponsors and partners in this program, including GES, UNESCO, HACSA, Dream Oval, and Sorunko Solutions. And once again, congratulate the Ghana-India Kofi-Annan Center of Excellence for spearheading this collaborative project. I wish to say that we must work together to change the narrative that says girls cannot code. And we must support the development of a generation equipped to take advantage of the fourth industrial revolution. At this venture, I would like to thank you very much and wish you a very successful program. Thank you.
Okay, girls, you are not the only ones who are the ish. Did you hear the Deputy Minister? To be hot. That's the phrase, the word he used, to be hot. You have to be intelligent and techie-savvy. He is ish. You have your work cut out for you. So you need to hurry. Now, agronomy. Some of you here have the same condition I used to have. I don't have it anymore. That's ICT deficiency. So you're wondering what this coding is all about. But our girls are here to give us a taste of what we are talking about. And may I call on Rosemary, Anku, Clara, Anito, and Yafrima Sarkodie and Esther Odro to give us the demonstration. So I guess we're starting with Rosemary, right? Okay.
Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Ghana. Thank you. Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Madam Chairperson, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, some years ago, I found myself in a very deprived village in Ghana named Avape, with nothing to make life a place of comfort. However, my eye-opener came in 2005, when I had witnessed my own mother suffer at the hands of local birth attendants due to the lack of a health facility in my community. Ladies and gentlemen, That's just part of the story. In 2006, through Zawadi Africa Education Fund, I had the opportunity to be part of the Techni Girls program. And that was the turning point of my life. I walked into Sorunko Academy not knowing anything about technology. Yes, I was privileged to have seen the computer during high school, Maoli school. But I didn't know what coding was. I didn't know what HTML was, CSS. I didn't know there were languages. But when I came to Sorunko, with the support of the staff and everyone, were taught how to code from the beginning. I wouldn't say the journey was easy. It was the computer before. I had only seen the mouse, and I could count the number of times I even had the opportunity to touch it. But I developed a website from the scratch for my foundation, the Health at Every Doorstep Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, I had dreams at that time. I would spend time talking to the young people of my village, my community, but I didn't know I was doing anything. But when I walked into Sorunko, they made me understand that these were dreams, and you could code your dreams with style and be hot and go places. I stand here today just because of the dream of a single lady who took on the step to empower girls and to empower me. And today, I'm privileged to see one of my favorite mentors, Ohiniri. I'm so happy to see you, and I can't just hide this joy. Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Madam Chairperson, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rosemary Metalanku, and I code my dreams of working in the field of global health and international development with style. Thank you.
Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, the Chairperson, Deputy Minister of Information, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm by name Clara Anyito, and I've also been privileged to be part of the Techni Girls program under the Sorunko Academy. I must say that the journey so far was very fun and interesting, even though there were a lot of challenges. From the beginning, I must say that when I went initially, I didn't even know how to open a folder. I didn't even know how to create a new folder, nor to copy or paste files. And here and there I was in the class the very first day, coming to learn about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and I was wondering, how am I going to make it? Even how to turn on a computer, I just knew that a few weeks ago before I went there. But then, I would say that Sorunko Academy is the best because they have very qualified teachers, and they took us through a lot of training. And at the end of it all, we were all asked to create websites of going to be of help to Ghana, Africa, and the world at large. And I decided to create something that I believe will help solve some of the challenges in the world. And what I did was an online advertisement firm. And for now, it is running for free, so that those who cannot afford to pay for advertisements in newspapers and other sites can use Clark Advertisement Firm. And I must say that I have plans of charging in future, but then it's just going to be something very little that everyone can afford. And with the skills I've gotten so far with my coding skills, I'm already being of help to a lot of people, because I've already started creating blogs and websites for people. I've already started helping people solve various problems in ICT. And I believe that when more girls are empowered to go into this field, together we can come together and solve the world's problems. Because it is not just about having the skills. It is not just about being able to code. It is about being able to solve the world's problems with all the skills you have gained. Thank you.
Her Excellency the First Lady, Madam Chairperson, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am Yafre Masa Akodie, a proud product of Soronko Academy as well. Well, for me, I had single stories from movies and storybooks and, well, the media. Single story about coding has been created, that this was a job for men, basically. With coding, this was a job for men, basically, typing characters and things, well, females who weren't yet technically inclined could do. But after my experience in Soronko Academy, I had a different view for computers. I viewed computer in a way, well, maybe I could say computer was my new boyfriend. I viewed computer with more passion. I just didn't see a computer as an appliance, but, well, I saw a computer as the blood innovation through the help of coding. And before the end of our program in Soronko Academy, we were asked to do something to help us, to help us initiate our passion out. And for me, I decided that, well, after high school, I had a passion in baking, because when I was in high school, I used to do very well in Gary cakes, as boarding people may know well. So I decided to follow my passion of creating a website for girls who weren't fortunate enough, girls who by mistake had dropped out of school. I created this website, Free Bite Cakes, to help girls develop and train girls in vocational skills, basically to help them acquire skills. Yes, to help them acquire skills. And Soronko has actually been a very, very good source for me, because when I went to Ashesi University first, I realized, coming from a school of Adontin Senior High, where our technology was not really all the best, going to Ashesi was like a different kind of view. But thank God for Soronko. I entered Ashesi, and as people were talking about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Python, I could also stand there looking back at Miss Regina Huno to boost my confidence and say, well, you know all these things, but thank God for Miss Regina, I own my websites, built from scratch by me. Soronko has been very great, very, very inspiring. And trust me, ladies coming, the journey is not going to be easy. There are going to be stereotypes that females cannot do the coding. But trust me, as Rowan Conway said, coders are the blood innovators of life. And looking at the generational sperms, well, it's Mommy Zachary's babies. And this indeed shows that if coders are blood innovators, then women can code, and women are the best coders. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Her Excellency the First Lady, Madam Chairperson, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Esther Ojo and a proud student of Soronko Academy. Well, I could say I'm a sickle cell, but I didn't actually know about it till SHS when I had oral polyps and had to go for a surgery. Not that I had a project in mind per se, but I wanted to help people out with sickle cell, because I realized when I was young, my uncle usually didn't have money to take me to the hospital and also to provide my medication for me. So I wanted to have something to help girls out or help people per se who are not able to afford their bills. So I got to Soronko Academy, and I remember one of my teachers, Miss Delphina, she asked me, Esther, what project do you have in mind? Because after the end of the studies, you have to create a website. I just looked at it, I was like, Miss Delphina, I don't have anything in mind. Then I remember Frema told me, Esther, you're a sickle cell, I think you can do something about this. So with the help of our tutors, they took us from the scratch, we learned how to code, we did basic HTML, blogging, and learned basic coding and as well. We were able to create our website, and through the process, it's like whenever we learn a particular topic or something, we code in the process. So as you are coding, you try to understand and try to fix the project in connection to how the coding looks like. So it looks more practical. And I think Seronko Academy is the best place because they don't just provide coding skills, they don't just teach you the languages, which is the HTML and stuff, but they just encourage you to make you know that in this world, you're not just here just to study or just to make fun, but you are here for a purpose. They encourage you in the end and also make you know that there's something you can do as an individual, no matter how low you see yourself, you can also do something to help people out and make an impact in life. Well, I would say, since I stepped in Ashesi University and I learned something in coding, and I had a business background, it's also helped me in choosing my course because MIS is a combination of a business and technology. So I'm proud to say I'm an MIS student due to Seronko Academy because they really had an impact on my life. And I would say I'm standing here today as the owner of Caris Foundation, which is the Sickle Cell Foundation, and also to thank Ms. Regina Hunu for this great opportunity. Well, my Sickle Cell Foundation actually, we are just here to create awareness because people don't actually know about sickle cell. We're here to create awareness, help to stop the stigmatization, and help people not to think sickle cell is a kind of disease which can't be cured, but also know that it's a hereditary something gotten from parents. And also we are here also to provide money or aid for those unable to afford their bills. I would say in life, you don't have to look down upon yourself because throughout my life, my family, I've been seen as a different person altogether. I haven't been encouraged ever in my life, but since I stepped in Seronko Academy, they've really had a great impact in my life and made me know that I can actually do something, make a great impact in life, and also make a change. Well, I would say for we those with sickle cell, for those who have been diagnosed, I know there is hope for us. But those who have fallen, well, heaven could have gained. But for us, awareness, I would say it's key. Thank you.
Standing ovation. Wow. They deserve a standing ovation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Wow. I see my beauty queen here, Ghana's most beautiful, the winner here. I'm sure you're feeling very proud of yourself too. My First Lady, Madam Chair. So you agree with me that these 4 stories make it worth the while, if for nothing at all. These 4 stories, young ladies, where they are coming from, where they are today. God bless you for what you're doing for the girls of Ghana and the women of Ghana. We are grateful. And may I please break protocol and introduce Miss Regina of Seronko. I know Regina personally, and I know how much she's put into this. And of course, Francis of Dream Oval, they've been working together and doing amazing things together. And with your permission, I beg, give me your girls so I can put them on my program. The world can hear their story, please. They need to hear. With this, I think we need a breather. So we'll have some very short cultural display, and after that, we'll launch this program. have a very beautiful culture, and irrespective of whatever anybody says about us, as Ghanaians, we've been coding and decoding. That dance was coded. If you can translate it, you have decoded. Thank you very much. It's now time for us to launch this beautiful program, which by now I'm sure you are all very much interested in. And I'm going to introduce our special guest, very short profile, very short one, I'll be quick. Then she will come and launch the program. Now, Mrs. Rebecca Na Okaiko Akufo-Addo was born on the 12th of March, 1951. She trained as a legal secretary and worked for prominent multinational law firms, including Clifford Chance and Ahest Morris Cripps in the United Kingdom. She is a passionate philanthropist. We all have seen it by now. Have you seen what the new maternal health center at Akufo-Addo Teaching Hospital is looking like? She is a passionate philanthropist with a keen interest in issues that impact women and children. She is a founding member and chairperson of the charity Infantile Malaria Prevention Foundation, founded in 2005 to support the national effort to reduce malarial infections in infants and young children. Since 2017, the charity has added the eradication of malnutrition to its scope of work, having recognized the interrelation between malaria and malnutrition, particularly in children. As First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, she has established the Rebecca Foundation with a focus on the well-being of Ghanaian women and children through the implementation of sustainable, collaborative, and high-impact strategies. Education of children, the health of women and children, and economic empowerment of women are the three main intervention areas under the Rebecca Foundation. Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo is the Premier Ambassador for HIV and AIDS advocacy, elimination of mother-to-child transmission, as well as empowerment of young women and adolescent girls in Ghana, and is keen to ensure Ghana meets all its HIV/AIDS targets. As the West African Chair and a member of the Steering Committee of the Organization of African First Ladies Against HIV and AIDS, she is committed to ensure that Africa is free from HIV and AIDS and maternal and child mortality. She is a patron of the School for the Blind at Ikropong in the eastern region of Ghana and Cancer Voices, a Ghanaian coalition of non-governmental organizations against all cancers. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our special guest, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo.
Please sit. Good morning, everyone. I am very happy to be here this morning to be part of this program. I must say I am very impressed with the young ladies who spoke and those who are the coders, and I commend them. And I hope that my grandchildren one day will be coders as well. And I can assure you that I'm not a coder, but I can use an iPad, so. The Honorable Deputy Minister of Communications, Vincent Sowa Odote, Madam Chair, Ambassador Swanika, members of the diplomatic community, government representatives, organizations represented, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very pleased to be with you today as we launch the Girls Can Code Empowering Girls and Women Through ICT project. I was really excited when I first learned about this project because in an ever-evolving IT world, this project offers our young girls the opportunity to be active participants in the field of coding. It is also important for us to recognize that information and communications technologies can be used to improve women's economic outlook and address the gender gap in IT. This is both good for our girls and the development of the IT field in Ghana. Indeed, the emerging digital economy offers developing countries like Ghana an opportunity to take a quantum leap in development by transforming the economy into a high value-added information and knowledge-based economy. I am therefore happy to learn that this project seeks to train 300 young girls and 20 teachers from 10 senior high schools in computer coding and leadership skills. This will, of course, enable young girls to experience ICTs in a new light and encourage them to consider a future in technology. Ultimately, we will be developing young girls to be critical thinkers and creators of technologies and inspire them to develop their full potential. Education is seen as a positive enabler to reduce poverty, inequalities, and produce an inclusive of our education. One sure way of doing this is for us to incorporate ICT into our educational system to provide access to supplementary content for both students and teachers. So yes, we need more projects like this to make us globally competitive and relevant. And I'm particularly grateful that we are taking steps for inclusion of women in technology and the ICT field. As more women understand the value of the internet and ICTs in terms of sustainable livelihoods, they will improve their quality of life and become more productive members of society. As women, we need to understand that the internet is a resource for empowerment, for restoration, for self-development, and for arming oneself in the knowledge economy. My beloved young ones, you have been given this opportunity to change your world. Please seize it with both hands. This exposure will expand your horizons. We have seen how ICTs have changed and improved our lives in the classroom, the home, in agriculture, health, medicine, banking, and many more areas. You have access to smartphones and instruments which can be used to provide information to the world and connect you to the world. Use it wisely, because we know there can be negative outcomes if you do not use it wisely. I entreat the Ghana-India Kofi Annan Center of Excellence, young girls with skills to enhance their ability to tackle issues and improve their work performance with modern technology. As Kofi Annan says, when women thrive, all of society benefits and succeeding generations are given a better start in life. So we need to empower young women so they can pass on the benefits of that empowerment to succeeding generations. I take this opportunity to thank UNESCO, IFAP, Ghana India Kofi Annan Center of Excellence in ICT, GES, Dreamoval, HAXA, and Soronku Academy for conceptualizing, designing, and implementing this project. I thank you. And with this, we launch the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, our First Lady. Now, if you look at your program, we are supposed to finish at 11:30. What's your time? It's well before 11. That's what happens when you get women driving the show. Sorry, sis, but women rock. On behalf of the organizers of this program, I'd like to say thank you to our First Lady, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, for making time to spend this precious moment with our girls especially, and all of us here. Madam Chair, God richly bless you. You've been at the forefront of this for many years, and it's quite refreshing to know that you are not giving up on us. We still have a long way to go. We are grateful. To our girls, are you happy you came? Yes, we'll hear of you all over the world. Our chairperson is believing in you. UNESCO has so much trust in you. The whole of Ghana, your parents, and all of us are believing in you. No pressure, but we know you can do it. Thank you so much for coming. We wish you all the best of luck. I think we'll all go out. The protocol will take over. We'll take some pictures. And after that, the First Lady and the Chairperson, the various dignitaries will depart. But I believe it's been a very fruitful event. There'll be some drumming and dancing as well. If you feel like dancing, you can join in. Thank you for coming, but please take your seat and let the dignitaries leave before we do. Thank you.
My name is Gifty Ahwefa-Mensah, a teacher at Sowadi Memorial 2 JHS, Major in the Adenta municipality. And I'm also the girl child coordinator for our girls whom we brought. Yeah, I think coding is taking a greater dimension. ICT in general for girls, I would say, has been one of the scary subjects. And you know, girls fear so much to even touch a computer. But nowadays, girls are getting closer. And so I believe that this program will go a long way to give a greater impact on their lives. And in a way, it will take away the scare and the kind of fear from the girls. And then, most importantly, girls will also be able to now code and do a lot of things on the internet so that, going into the future, life will be brighter for them. With this program, just this morning, I heard that girls from 5 regions, or teachers and the girls from 5 regions at the southern parts are going to be, given tuition into the coding process. And there are other sponsors who are also helping as well, so that girls will be able to now be on board with ICT, and very soon, girls will look smart, girls will look rocky, girls will look technical. all the words that were given. I know girls will go a long way to now be ICT friend. Yeah, going forward, even in my school, there is this ICT teacher, let me bring in this, who in a way has started with the girls. And when I see the interest and the passion that they have for it, I know very well that going forward, the program will now, these girls will embrace the program well, so that it will be part of them.
My name is Munaya Husseini. I'm a student from Sowadi Memorial 2 Junior High School. When I heard the ladies telling their stories on coding, I also sat down and paid attention. I took some advice which influenced me to be courageous. When you go to our school, we have iCode there, but because I was not having I know nothing about ICT. I said I was afraid and scared. So I said, no, iCode, I can't deal with computers. So I decided to go to Maths and Science Club. When I came to this program, I learned something that girls, we can also be part of something, which is the ICT coding.
My name is Cindy Paddy, and I'm from Sowadi Memorial 2 JHS. When I came to this program, at first I was afraid to go near the computer. When I even see the computer, then I start crying. But now I'm having the faith to go near the computer, and I know that I can do something with the internet.
The Ghana-India Kofi Annan Center of Excellence in ICT is privileged to be part of the partners implementing this project. Now, Kofi Annan ICT Center does a lot of things with girls in ICT. One of our initiatives in partnering with this is to ensure that girls are educated for them to stay in school. We are also looking at having leadership skills as part of the project to encourage more ladies to take up leadership role. Part of the objective for this project is also to encourage entrepreneurship in the girls. Currently, we have a lot of jobs in the field of IT. So it's also an opportunity to open up the girls to the various careers in the IT field that they can have. IT cannot be overemphasized when it comes to its importance. Right from the basic level to the university, girls need to be educated in terms of IT. So it's an opportunity when the government embraces the idea of IT education in our basic level. We already have it in our schools, but what we are looking at is to encourage coding in the career path as well as the courses that are run in the various schools. The development of girls in ICT cannot be shouldered by just one entity. That the government cannot do it alone. So that is why we need the private institutions to come in to partner the government to build up these areas. Luckily for Ghana, we have a lot of private institutions who are interested in developing the skill set of girls when it comes to ICT. And government is also passionate with the development of girls in ICT. So with all these interests, it helps us to boost the morale and also encourage more as well as girls in education as a whole. With this initiative, we are going to have 300 girls to be trained. That is in the first and second phases. But the most important thing is when these girls are trained, they are going to also train other girls as they grow. So the level we are taking is first year and second year students, so that they will also be mentors as they grow for the other girls who will be coming up. So in the long run, though we are training 300 girls, we are going to have over 3,000 girls trained and beyond that. We had a number of checklists that we used in the selection of the schools. But as part of the project growing, we look at the interest of the heads of the various schools, as well as the interest of the teachers selected. Then we also look at the interest of the girls as well. Another criteria is that a school should have a computer lab with not less than 15 computers. And then the school should have internet access. However, those who do not have internet access, the project is going to provide them with internet access. So one, we looked at infrastructure, and two, we looked at the interests of the teachers as well as the interests of the heads. So with this project, what we are doing is to deviate from the normal norm where we train the girls. This time, we are going to train the teachers and encourage them so that they are going to train the students. So once teachers are happy with the projects, once they have the zeal to continue with it, that is where we are looking at it from. And we are also having boot camps every summer to see what they are doing to sustain the project. That's also another thing we are doing in there. And we're also getting in more private sector to collaborate with us so that we can expand and then continue the project.